Shalom. Allah start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, citations to the Hopeful Lit, disputing truth, and all faith, truth, and sincerity. All right, this is the brother Amon Abad from the Birmingham Camp, Alabama GMS. Then we get to the sin that's going to, it's about, how, there going to be a lot of people that's going to be put to death, the Lord Yahweh he's finna bring heavy judgment to the world and to America, Babylon the Great, those, especially start with the house of Israel, the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, the natives. 2/3 of the nation Israelites is gonna face horrible judgments, pains and sufferings and sorrows, man, to come. And a lot of people finna perish here, in America, Babylon the Great, in the world, but here in America, Babylon the Great, a lot of people's gonna be getting put to death, and mass deaths. Lord Yahweh is gonna bring mass death here to America, man. Babylon the Great, man. And we are heading to those times of great sorrows and the great tribulations and times of Jacob's trouble. That you have these other Israelite camps that mock and scoff about Jacob's trouble, IUIC or ISUPK, whatever. Whoever don't take the time that the time of Jacob's trouble, they don't take it serious. They think that it's something that's a far off, is not gonna happen. Thus said the Lord is gonna happen. Whether you like it or not, whatever. It's thus said the Lord. He's gonna bring His word to pass. He's gonna bring His judgments to pass. And you're gonna know it is a higher power that is doing it. When you start hearing about people dying left and right, mass death, people getting put to death, and great number. That was coming, man. Lord Yahweh trying to bring His great wrath and judgment to this place, America, Babylon Great in the world. So I'm getting to a 2 Ezra 7:20. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them. So there's gonna be many people that are gonna perish in this life, in this lifetime, man. Right now, in this of the end of the so-called Esau Edomite's kingdom, of the end. The end of a rulership, not the end of the whole world. No, the whole earth is not gonna be destroyed. The end is talking about the end of an age, end of a rulership, man. And who's the rule? The so-called white man Esau Edomite. So-called white man, red man. Really, they red. The elites, the wicked elites. David Rockefellers, and the Bilderbergs and so forth, man. All the secret shadow elite. Those guys that really call the shots behind closed doors. They really don't put themselves out there, because really they know it. Goddamn, they the wicked. They don't really supposed to be ruling, and they know that they the ones putting out their lies and deception of, about the truth of the Lord, but about the understanding of the Lord. They putting out the deception and they lies and all that, but they getting exposed. Lord Yahweh shedding that light on these devils, man. And these devils are panicking. That's why they finna go ahead and push this, keep pushing this coronavirus, Crown Vic VS, coronavirus BS, they're gonna keep pushing it, because the agenda is to try to chip the masses of the people. They try to, push the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, They try to, chip the masses of the people, try to take control of the people, That's their agenda, but they're not gonna go. It's not gonna go all the way. These devils not gonna go all the way with their plan, because the Lord Yahweh is gonna cut them off for doing it. But get back to I was going to the lessons, but the Lord Yahweh is gonna bring a lot of deaths, man, soon, man, to come. So-called New Year, 2021. Like I said, really, New Year don't start till the spring, but in this case, the so-called white man New Year, whatever, 2021 is gonna bring a lot of pain and sorrows and death, man. That's what's coming to America, Babylon the Great, man. 2021 ain't gonna be no better. So from there, I'm gonna go to the second Ezra 7:21. For the Most High had given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. So you see the man on the highways by way from Apostle Elders and the brothers of Great Millstone, telling you what you got to do to be delivered. Come back to the Lord, come back to knowledge and understand the Lord Yahweh Shai. Get out the ways and the philosophy and the mindset of America, Babylon the Great. Stop listening to the so-called man Esau Edomite's lies. Come to truth and knowledge and understanding, and understand how to really live, live life, what's life really about, how to really truly live and conduct yourself in the ways and knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Shai. But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all rather just, keep on keep on believing in the bullshit, the BS that the so-called man Esau Edom is pushing out. Y'all want to stay in these whorehouses, these Baptist churches or whatever y'all other doctrines that you are subscribed to. That's not the way. Not Catholic, not Buddhism, not Muslim, none of that shit. Not Rastafari and all the other shit. All the other doctrines that don't matter, because they don't have no life. They don't even tell you what's the end. What's the end all be all, And men of Great Millstone, for the apostles, elders, and brothers, elders and brothers on down, we telling you, what's the end and so forth. We give you understanding and knowledge of the Lord. Thus said the Lord, the Bible. The King James. And we telling you, especially so-called Negro, Latino, natives, Israelites, because really we getting at y'all. Really, we ain't talking about the whole world. Really, we talking to everybody, but we targeting you so-called Negro, Latino, native Israelites. We targeting you, Lord chosen people. We telling you get right for the Lord Yahweh Shai bring great judgment upon you. And then, like I said, then we is telling the world that the other nations, the so-called man Esau Edomites, the red man, the Chinese Moabites, the Arabs, Ishmaelites, and so forth. We tell them that they're gonna go into slavery, and we tell the so-called man Esau Edomites, your kingdom going down, and then Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna turn. The Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna turn and destroy your kingdom, But like I say, but the nation of Israel, Israelites, y'all don't want to hearken and listen to the men of the Lord, which we are the Lord's mouthpiece, through the Spirit power of Yahweh Shai, telling you what, to come back to. Come back and repent. Come back to the name, come back to the true name, come to the true ways, the true knowledge of the Lord. But you rather scoff and not take it serious, then, you don't want to avoid the punishment that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to bring to this place, America, Babylon the Great. It's not going to be good, You're not going to have that hedge of protection. Only the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, natives. Hopefully I'm part of that righteous number. 144,000 men, and, 1/3 of women and children, and those that believe that, helpers, there was helps, to to the men of the Lord and so forth, they're going to avoid punishment. But for those that 2/3 of the nation of Israel, Israelites, not going to avoid that punishment because you didn't take the words of the Lord serious. You didn't take the men of the Lord serious. You didn't take the Lord's messenger seriously, So you're going to be destroyed. So I'm going to second Ezra 7:22. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. So yeah. See, y'all wasn't obedient to the words and knowledge of the Lord, and y'all imagine these vain things and against the men of the Lord, Let's say the men of the Lord are the Lord's mouthpiece. We are the Lord's mouthpiece. Cause the Lord not gonna come down and tell you, and tell you what you should be, where you're going off and what's wrong and all that, rebuking you and so forth, telling you where you're going off at. Nah, it's done by men. And I ain't talking about just men. I'm talking about the men of the Lord, those that are chosen to teach you this word in all truth and sincerity. No gimmicks, no BSing around with it. We can get into straightforward. No chaser. How it's bitter. It's bittersweet. which is good for most of the Israelites. They want to hear those sweet things in the churches. They want to hear everything gonna be all right, but the Paul's elders and brethren of Great Millstone telling you everything's not gonna be all right here in America, Babylon the Great. Because thus said the Lord of prophecies, it says different. We are forewarning you before all hell breaks loose out here in America. We are forewarning you before the Lord Yahweh bring these great, judgments upon this place, America, Babylon Great. These plagues, these sword judgments, because it's gonna be a horrific times, horrific judgments that the Lord Yahweh is going to bring. That the Lord Yahweh is going to bring to this place, America. So into the world. So from there, 2nd Ezra 7:23, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that He is not and knew not His ways. So yeah, y'all don't, like I said, y'all don't want to believe in the name of the Lord. Like, y'all don't want to believe in the ways and knowledge of understanding of the Lord. Y'all don't want to hearken. Y'all don't want to really take consideration, of the men of the Lord and how it's byways that what we teaching. Because y'all rather just come up, start talking your BS. And I'm talking about the Israelites, because Jake, they don't know how to just really come up and really acquire in a right manner. They rather try to speak over you or try to speak what they know and blah blah blah, instead of just really asking sincere questions. They think they have it, they think they know it all, but don't know shit. What the so-called Esau Edomite told you, or these ways of this world taught you, but not what the men of the Lord through the Spirit power Yahweh Shai telling you. Thus said the Lord, what you doing wrong, what you should be doing right, and what you should be, putting off. You should be putting off the understanding and knowledge of ways of this world. Now I'm talking about, the philosophies of these doctrines, what so-called Esau Edom has put out here. The media, social media, all this bullshit that got nothing to do with the Lord. Telling you to get out those whorehouses, in the churches, these Baptist churches, Catholic churches, whatever, worshiping, all these deities that the Lord, hates. Ain't got nothing to do with Him, But your Israelites just rather just keep on staying in your ways and not acknowledging that you off. The things that your grandparents, your mama, whoever taught you coming up, was wrong. And the men of the Lord from the apostles, elders, and brothers, elders of Great Millstone telling you that, hey, the knowledge, understanding the Lord, the real knowledge and understanding the Lord Yahweh Shai is with us through the Spirit. And the King James Bible, give you the actual breakdown, and understanding how to conduct yourself and so forth, and warning you and telling you to come back from turn from your wicked way before the Lord Yahweh, before the Lord Yahweh Shai send His great wrath and judgment to this place, America, Babylon the Great. So from there. So I'm gonna end off with this, 2nd Ezra 7:24. But His law have they despised it and denied His covenants, and His statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed His works. So I say y'all despise the ways of the Lord, the knowledge, understanding, the commandments, and like I said, you can't keep all the laws, You can't keep all the laws and the laws in the Bible, But the scripture say, we rehearse the righteous acts, So that's like showing your faith, So those so-called Negro Latinos didn't believe and subscribe to this knowledge of the Lord, and then want to rehearse the righteous act, then want to rehearse the righteous acts and be faithful. Be faithful and try to keep the commandments to the best of your ability, then you're gonna be destroyed, man. Because you have not performed you did not perform the works of the Lord. You didn't even try. You know, so what's gonna happen? Lord Yahweh Shah is gonna bring that great wrath and destruction. You know, and then you're gonna and so-called Negro Latino Israelites gonna know about death by pain. You know, and these other nations gonna get it as well. You know. So I didn't want to make this too long. I just want to go into that. So again, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, to the apostle elders, to the Sisakin brothers, to the few Akwaf sisters that do listen, keep the faith, and Yahushua keep fighting with that. Say shalom.